Our mission at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada is to really make the lives of patients and families the best that it can be and really lift up patients who need our services to fulfill the most optimal version of themselves.
We take care of all orthopedic problems in pediatrics, but we super specialize in really rare conditions and complex conditions that involve orthopedics and other specialties.
A lot of the patients that will come to the motion lab are surgical candidates. So the surgeon may be able to do a great plan with just medical imaging, with the clinical history of the patient and some observation, whereas the motion lab will bring real numbers that we can measure that the eye cannot catch necessarily. And so it allows us to be more precise in the diagnostic of the patient, and then it allows us to better plan the treatment.
Rehabilitation is not easy. It's a tough part. So when we do rehabilitation, we did the surgery. Now we have the tough part, moving with difficulties. And it's saying, okay, now you're gonna have to do something that you might not wanna do. So how do we make that enticing for a patient to do this? And when I see parents writing back and saying, going to physio is the best part of my day, I said, oh, we're doing definitely something right.
Without Shriners, I know my leg wouldn't be straight. And Shriners, it's really special because there's only 2 doctors that can do this type of operation. So I know I couldn't just go to another hospital. It was here or I wouldn't do it. So everything is super for me and the future looks bright ahead.
Shriners is incredibly unique because we take the time for our patients. We take the time to listen, to understand what their needs are. Our team in social services, we try and make it as simple as we can for our families. Families coming from out of province, having a greeter meet them at the airport, drive them to the hotel. We make sure that our families are comfortable in what they do and in their decision of coming to our hospital, knowing that our people are the best that you can have right now.
Yeah, this place is definitely like a family because they treat you very nicely here. They treat you like you're one of them. When you come in for like an x-ray, like, hey there, Michael, you know, how are you? Yeah, everyone that works here definitely has positive attitude, always smiles on your faces. I know a lot of people here, I love them like a family.
You know, when you're a parent that has a child that's disabled, either wheelchair or has some disability, it's tough on the parents. And you know, when they come to the Shriners and they see other parents that have the same kind of child as they do, it's almost comforting in a way, you know, and they can exchange ideas. I can't tell you how many patients became friends from different backgrounds, completely. You know, French or English, it doesn't matter. Because they have the same kind of disability, you know, they become friends because they see each other in the clinic together. And sometimes we make sure to invite them at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, we make that effort, you know, so that these conditions, that these kids, you know, feel good and the parents feel great about that. And I think that that's something that we pride ourselves in.
During the treatment, when it's really hard on him because he goes through a lot of emotions, anxiety, we always have one nurse that comes to distract him, to play games with him. They bring their virtual goggles so that he doesn't think of the pain that he's going to go through. All these little details make the Shriners so special.
We cover a wide range from the molecular to the bedside of the patient. And that was the vision from the get-go. And I think the best example that this vision works is that this facility has developed a standard of care for 3 pediatric metabolic bone diseases. So those now are the treatments that are used throughout the world that were developed here at Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada. And I think it is unique because it has a very high-performing research center, which not all hospitals have.
We are becoming experts, and in certain cases we are identified as the leaders in North America in rare and complex bone-related disease. For certain, we have the biggest group of patients for osteogenesis imperfecta in North America. But that being said, we want to be identified as a leader in pediatric orthopedics so that when your kid has a rare disease or complex, it's obvious that you're going to come at Shriners. And we want to be the place in Canada. That's part of our vision.
Shriners is special because they have like the family kind of vibe. Here you're really going to have care, you're going to be informed, you're going to have support. That is really important. They are human here, not just nurses, not just physicians, not just doctors. They are human. They have human values, and this is what makes them different than others. The Shriners are really the one that has my heart.
All right. Welcome to Game 3 of the 2025 Para Ice Hockey National Championships. We've got Team Atlantic, made up of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and Newfoundland, and facing off against Team Quebec. To the mayor and the local MLA.
And Dave Ritzky, the Minister of Communities, Culture, Tourism, and Heritage to the province. Dave, would like to say a couple words.
I was asked to make this very quick. To my colleague, Sister Clark-Green, for worship for the district of Lunenburg. Am I correct? Yep. Thank you so much for being here. Send regrets on behalf of our colleague, our other colleague, the Honorable Becky Druin, for she can't make it here today. She's not at the meetings. But anyways, welcome to Bridgewater. Welcome to the South Shore. Welcome to Lunenburg County. Welcome to Nova Scotia. We are so glad that all 7 teams and coaches and officials all made it right here to Bridgewater this weekend, this Victoria Day weekend. It's an exciting time for each and every athlete here to take the opportunity to really think about what you're participating in. You're participating in a national championship, and what an experience for each and every one of you athletes that get the opportunity to wear your province's logo on your chest, or the region's logo on your chest. You're all representing Canada, and I want to say congratulations for being here, and thank you for being here. On behalf of the province of Nova Scotia and the Honourable enjoy the experience, and we thank you all for being here. But before I pass the mic, I promise I only have 1 second. 1 second, I promise. I want to thank the fans that are here tonight, all the volunteers, the officials. Can't do it without you. Can't do it without volunteers. Tournaments like this are successful because we have volunteers, officials, coaches, players, you name it, right here in town of Bridgewater. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.
Summarize the ceremonial puck drop with the honorable Corporal Green. I would ask that you please stand if able and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthem.
Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome back to game number 3 of the 2025 Para Ice Hockey Championships here at the Lunenburg County Lifestyle Center in the Clearwater Seafoods Arena. For game 3 of the tournament, game 3 of the day, we have Team Atlantic, which is representing Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland provinces, taking on Team Quebec, which is just the Quebec province. So just 8 seconds in, we'll get our first whistle. And the head coach of Team Atlantic coming out of Johnston Point, New Brunswick is Jeremy Gauthier. And for Team Quebec, coming out of Chicoutimi, Quebec, Maxime Gagnon. Linesman drops the puck as we're off. It's picked up by Quebec. Now taken away by Team Atlantic. Here's Atlantic, a shot that time. And it's stopped by Gravel.
Yeah, Easton early challenge on the goaltender there, which is great to see. Atlantic taking those opportunities early, get some shots on, test them high.
And unlike last game, both goaltenders do have the pad on their leg. Sled, and just like that, there's another whistle.
Well, a little disjointed start to this game, and we'll get some flow going here, I'm sure. Both these teams are going to be very fast, I anticipate.
Puck is dropped once again. Here's Team Atlantic with another shot. And at the low point area, that one kept in, but not really much going for him. Now that one will be flipped up. It's picked up by Bags. Sent down. Quebec long stretch feed now. Here's Denvoyer. Now that will be taken away by Bags once again. Around the boards over to Boutlier. Now sent over. Now it'll just go wide to Denvoyer. Now that one will go around the boards once again. Frittenberg will try and crash there, but Quebec will take it away. Now over first side. Shot through traffic. That one stopped by the goaltender. Ryan Cashin out of Lincoln, New Brunswick makes a stop.
Good save by Cashin there. Both teams just kind of testing each other out at this point.
2-1 the shots in this one in favor of Team Atlantic. Now over along the boards, trying to fire that one up. Here's Williamson with it. Now that one will get sent down. It's caught in the stick of the Quebec player. Now sent it up along the boards. Picked up by Roberts. Now here comes Quebec the other way. Entering the zone this time, putting on the brakes. Sends it over first side. Decides to shoot it that time. Nice stop by the goaltender.
Well, nothing going yet for either of these teams. Couple shots on net.
Decent shot that time from the rookie Philippe Villeneuve, coming out of Saint-Basile-le-Grand, Quebec. We saw him and a couple others take their rookie laps prior to the opening ceremonies before this game. Then applying the pressure that time. That one will be sent down. Picked up by Bags. Along the boards, that one will go off the glass and cleared away, not too far. Now along the boards, will be picked up by Langford.
Let's see if Atlantic can get something going on this play.
Taking a bump that time in the corner. Now here's Atlantic skidding for that loose puck along the boards as Quebec played it really well that time. Now here comes Team Atlantic the other way. That one be bank feed, a little off. And that one sent over. Broken up. Here comes Quebec the other way. The left side. And that one will be fired up. Here's Munden. Munden now in over the blue line. Sent down, goaltender of his crease. He'll get the whistle on it.
Yeah, Atlantic looking for a change there. Left Munden pretty much alone.
11:40 to go here in the first period. 2-1 side of the shots for Atlantic. Ozone face-off for Team Atlantic to the left of the goaltender. Munden in for the draw. Shot back now. Decides not to shoot it. Here's Auclair. Auclair sends it over to the far side. Auclair gets it back. Auclair all alone. Shot there. Stopped by the goaltender. Actually, I don't know if there was really shot there. What did you see, Steve?
I don't think he actually touched the puck on that one, but it was a good opportunity.
That one's a stop. Just can't get the cover on it. Now down low, here's Desnoyers once again. Now over into the corner, it's Auclair. Now has a man going on the left side. That one goes through Mailman. Now Sevigny sends that one down. That'll be picked up by Desnoyers. Hit there along the boards. Now in the slot that time. Shot, that one won't go for him. Gregoire almost had a great chance that time. Now here's Boutlier. Boutlier now. No goal, drop back. Munden takes a bump that time. Still loose in the slot. Now being tied up. Now in the neutral zone. Count sent down. Goaltender will play the puck. Now that one will be sent up to Dagla. Now down low is Team Atlantic. Now taking a bump that time along the boards. Down low now for Villeneuve. Centered out in front. That one won't work. Here's Atlantic coming the other way. Now it's taken away by Quebec. Tied up there. Now it's picked up. Sent back up to Mazzuti. We'll fire that one down. Now it'll be sent along the boards. Now Quebec almost had a chance that time. It just won't work. Now a shot there from Quebec. Nice save on the play. Might have gone off a defender actually in front. Now Atlantic with it. They'll try and clear it away. Williamson tries to fire that one a little wide of Roberts from Stanley Bridge PEI. Now up, here's Atlantic with it. It's Captain John Meller from McAdams Lake, Nova Scotia. Now here comes Munden up to get to the ice. Logan Munden, that one will get taken away by Quebec. Now long stretch feet up, here's Desnoyers. Hit there. Now that one gets dropped back for Quebec. Fired up through. Caught in the sled. Auclair will send it down. That one goes off the stick of Boutlier. Gregoire will come in and take it away. Now Desnoyers takes a bump there. Now here comes Atlantic. They'll look to get that one away. Icing waved off. Desnoyers will pick up the loose puck. 7:32 to go in the period. Now behind the net, that one will be broken up. Here's Munden. Munden now shot there. Stopped by Gravel. Now up to Desnoyers. Boutlier coming from behind. And a great play that time to knock him off the puck and take it away. Now up. Munden's going to skate for it. Goaltender plays it aside. Now here they come up the left side. Now that one just didn't quite work out for him. In the corner now, it's taken away by Team Atlantic. Can't quite get a hold of it. Here's Richardson coming the other way. That one goes a little wide of Bags. He'll pick it up. The shot ultimately gets redirected and out to the corner. Now here's Quebec coming the other way. Up to go to the ice. Doesn't look like it has enough to be icing, because it's not. Now Rafat. That shot gets blocked. Now Bags will get that one away. Six minutes to go now in the opening frame of this one. 3-2 the shots for Team Quebec. Now here's Bags. Bags puts on the brakes. Put aside by the goaltender. Now here comes Quebec the other way. Over to Messoudi. An offside called on the play with 5:31 to play in the first.
Well, a lot of continuous action on that one. Atlantic got away with one early in that play period there with a 3-on-1. Quebec just couldn't connect. A little later, Boothly was coming up the wing. Perhaps some interference. No call done there. Would have been an opportunity for a breakaway. So Quebec got away with no penalty there. Been chances on both ends. Good even game thus far.
So puck is dropped once again. Here's Team Quebec. Auclair sends it over far side. Here's a chance now for Quebec. Spinning around, shot there. Stopped by the goaltender. Good chance that time from Terry Gregoire from Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah, good solid shot on that one. The goaltender saw it the whole way. Shots now 4-2 in favor of Quebec. Still 0-0 with 5:18 to play.
Both goaltenders, from what I've seen, minimal chances kind of so far. They seem to be all right. They made the routine saves they needed to so far in this one.
Yep, definitely solid thus far. And another one straight to the glove.
Linesman drops the puck as we're off. Now it'll be sent down, being knocked off the puck this time. Flipped up high. It'll be picked up along the boards by Quebec through traffic. That one will be stopped by the goaltender. A little bit more tricky than it probably needed to be, but Cash in there, and he makes a stop. 4:51 to go.
Yeah, good collapse of the Atlantic defense there. Saw 4 players around that net as he was struggling with the puck, helping out their goaltender. Certainly saw the intensity pick up a little bit for that longer play, but now slowed back down a little bit. Both teams very strategic in their approach.
Very much so. They seem very structured. Now shot on goal that time from Quebec is played aside by the goaltender, Cash, and then decides not to play it off. He originally did, and then saw the defender coming and covered it up with his glove.
And we will do it again.
7-2 the shots for Team Quebec. So the puck is dropped. It'll be one back. Here's Hannaran with it. Here's Lear with it now for Team Atlantic. That one will go over first side. Now Ouellette will pick it up. We picked up down low once again by Hannaran. Now that one's cleared out to Bags in the neutral zone. And Team Atlantic, he makes a man miss. Bags still with it. Over to Boutlier. Boutlier shot there. Nice save by Gravel. And that one sent back down around. Now Munden with it. That one gets poked away. Bags couldn't quite hang on to that one. That one gets blocked through. Icing being called on the play, and it is.
Some good strong chance here. Let's look at this replay. We got Bags. Beautiful move in the neutral zone. Start this play off. Bringing it in. Fights through 3 defenders. Leaving Boutlier open. Beautiful shot. Beautiful save.
It looks like we had too many players on Quebec there, so we're going to wait for them to clear out. And now we're set to go with 3:27 left in the opening frame. That'll be flipped out. Caught in the stride of Bags. Now 2-on-1 the other way for Quebec. Now good play that time from Bags.
Great defense shown there.
Now here's Quebec. Drops it back. Nice play that time. Denoyer's shot will get redirected out to the corner. Now Denoyer, the captain, will get it back. Patrick Denoyer now with it. Drops it back. Now Rafat gets it back. Sends it down. We picked up down low by Denoyer. Now it's picked up by Quebec. It's Auclair. Auclair now down low. Now fighting for it. Team Quebec has been in control now for the past little bit. Now that one will get dropped back to the goaltender. He'll flip that one up to the neutral zone, up to Auclair. Auclair now gets it over. Daggle still with it now. In on goal. That one getting broken up, and goaltender will get the cover on it with 1:58 to go here in the first period.
Daggle, a little solo effort there going through the defense. And you see your current leaderboard right now. Alberta has 1 win. Manitoba has 1 win. And those was the first 2 games of the tournament.
Face off to the left of the goaltender as the puck is dropped. Here's Munden. Long stretch feed up. Here comes Team Atlantic. Just can't hang on to it. Now it's sent over. Here's Team Quebec. Pass up is broken up. Hit there. Now that one off the boards. Messoudi. Try and fire that one down, but ultimately it's taken away by Team Atlantic. 1:27 to go here in the first period. That one gets sent down by Hanoran. Now along the boards, here's Team Quebec. Solid check that time. That one poked away by the goaltender. That one will get dropped back over. Just about a minute to play in the first period. Now it'll get shot down through traffic and it'll go wide. Now that one's taken away. Trying to force it forward. Quebec will get that one out to the neutral zone. Messoudi will try and leave that one for Sevigny, but it goes wide and it'll get up to Daggle. Now Munden trying to get it over. Now it gets sent down by Team Atlantic. 30 seconds to go. And with exactly 30 seconds, The face-off will go down the other end. 7-3 the shots this time for Quebec. Face-off will go to the left of the goaltender, Ryan Cashin.
Good back and forth games thus far. Some good offense, some good defense. Good, both teams playing very structured hockey, very disciplined hockey, waiting for those opportunities.
We're off once again. Here's Eau Claire with it. Now going forward off it. Now it's sent down.
Nice check in the corner there by Bags.
10 seconds to go. Maybe one last rush if one team's lucky. Shot there, gets blocked in front. Another one steered aside by the goaltender at the buzzer. So after the first period of play, Steve, what do you think we're going to see in the second period?
Well, I think both of these teams are going to come out flying. I think that the start of the second period is going to be high excitement, high octane hockey.
So we still have no score after one period of play. 7-3 the shots for Team Quebec, of course. So we'll head into the intermission. Sorry. My name's Easton. I'm joined with Steve. We'll be right back here for the second period of play.
Our mission at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada is to really make the lives of patients and families the best that it can be and really lift up patients who need our services to fulfill the most optimal version of themselves.
We take care of all orthopedic problems in pediatrics, but we super specialize in really rare conditions and complex conditions that involve orthopedics and other specialties.
A lot of the patients that will come to the motion lab are surgical candidates. So the surgeon may be able to do a great plan with just medical imaging, with the clinical history of the patient and some observation, whereas the motion lab will bring real numbers that we can measure that the eye cannot catch necessarily. And so it allows us to be more precise in the diagnostic of the patient, and then it allows us to better plan the treatment.
Rehabilitation is not easy. It's a tough part. So when we do rehabilitation, we did the surgery. Now we have the tough part, moving with difficulties. And it's saying, okay, now you're gonna have to do something that you might not wanna do. So how do we make that enticing for a patient to do this? And when I see parents writing back and saying, going to physio is the best part of my day, I said, oh, we're doing definitely something right.
Without Shriners, I know my leg wouldn't be straight. And Shriners, it's really special because there's only 2 doctors that can do this type of operation. So I know I couldn't just go to another hospital. It was here or I wouldn't do it. So everything is super for me and the future looks bright ahead.
Shriners is incredibly unique because we take the time for our patients. We take the time to listen, to understand what their needs are. Our team in social services, we try and make it as simple as we can for our families. Families coming from out of province, having a greeter meet them at the airport, drive them to the hotel. We make sure that our families are comfortable in what they do and in their decision of coming to our hospital, knowing that our people are the best that you can have right now.
Yeah, this place is definitely like a family because they treat you very nicely here. They treat you like you're one of them. When you come in for like an x-ray, like, hey there Michael, you know, how are you? Yeah, everyone that works here definitely has positive attitude, always smiles on your faces. I know a lot of people here, I love them like a family.
You know, when you're a parent that has a child that's disabled, either wheelchair or has some disability, it's tough on the parents. And you know, when they come to the Shriners and they see other parents that have the same kind of child as they do, it's almost comforting in a way, you know, and they can exchange ideas. I can't tell you how many patients became friends from different backgrounds, completely. You know, French or English, it doesn't matter, because they have the same kind of disability, you know, they become friends because they see each other in the clinic together, and sometimes we make sure to invite them at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, we make that effort, you know, so that these conditions, that these kids, you know, feel good, and the parents feel great about that. And I think that that's something that we pride ourselves in.
During the treatment, when it's really hard on him because he goes through a lot of emotions, anxiety, we always have one nurse that comes to distract him, to play games with him. They bring their virtual goggles so that he doesn't think of the pain that he's going to go through. All these little details make the Shriners so special.
We cover a wide range from the molecular to the bedside of the patient. And that was the vision from the get-go. And I think the best example that this vision works is that this facility has developed a standard of care for 3 pediatric metabolic bone diseases. So those now are the treatments that are used throughout the world that were developed here at Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada. And I think it is unique because it has a very high-performing research center, which not all hospitals have.
We are becoming experts, and in certain cases we are identified as the leaders in North America in rare and complex bone-related disease. For certain, we have the biggest group of patients for osteogenesis imperfecta in North America. But that being said, we want to be identified as a leader in pediatric orthopedics so that when your kid has a rare disease or complex, it's obvious that you're going to come at Shriners. And we want to be the place in Canada. That's part of our vision.
Shriners is special because they have like the family kind of vibe. Here you're really going to have care, you're going to be informed, you're going to have support. That is really important. They are human here, not just nurses, not just physicians, not just doctors. They are human. They have human values, and this is what makes them different than others. The Shriners are really the one that has my heart.
What we offer children and families goes beyond clinical care. I'm just really grateful to work here because people from every department, everyone really has this passion of giving back, whether it's people who work in maintenance, in the kitchen, in audiovisual services, in research, in clinical, at the reception. Every person has a role and makes a difference. And when you see this teamwork and everyone coming together with their energies, everyone wants to make a difference in the child's life. And it's really obvious from this kindness and this motivation to do better. To me, this is what really makes the Shriners special.
casual with it.
And we're back at Game 3 of the National Para Hockey Tournament here in Bridgewater. Team Quebec versus Team Atlantic.
Yes, that is right, Steve. So far in this one, we have no score. 7-3 the shots for Quebec. As you said at the end of the first, as we were chatting about it briefly, high energy should be expected coming into this second period of play from both teams. Let's see how that works out, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
Here's Team Atlantic. They pass it up. Getting it over. Here comes Bags the other way, though lost in stride a little bit. Now through. That's Bags with it for Atlantic. That one will go down, though they're offside, so they'll have to reset. It's picked up down low by Henriham. Now Bags with it. Now picked back up by Quebec in their own end. They're going to do something with it. They pass it up the right side. Now Bags with it. Hit there. Down low, here's Team Atlantic, and there's going to be a penalty coming up to possibly Team Atlantic or Team Quebec, but it's going to be teeing the call.
Yeah, defender came in a little bit hard. Coutelier came around the net with a great move and looking out front and just got hit the wrong way. Nose first with the sled there.
So that's going to go to Yannick Sevigny from Beauport, Quebec, the defenseman. He'll head to the box for teeing at 13:34. Munden with it now. Williamson down over. Now Atlantic looking to set something up. A shot there. Alexandra Gravel does not seem to be wanting to give up much early. It's been a brick wall so far in this one.
Yeah, he gets right up on that pad. It makes him really large in the net. Not a lot of open net to shoot at.
Puck is dropped once again. Now here's Team Atlantic. Tied up, trying to get it over. It's sent over, bank feed that time. Over to Ouellette. I think goes a little wide of Munden. Here's Ouellette once again with it. Sent down, and Gravel will get the whistle.
Well, I think they're really trying to get something going here. Good passing, but Quebec is doing a great job of being really physical on this penalty kill. Crashing in on defense.
So here's Bags with it. Here's Bags. Sends it over in front. Just can't hang on to it. Loose puck still. Trying to put it home. Still stopped by Gravel. Seems like with Gravel, he really commits to the shot, so you got to really try and get him far side if you want to, or maybe sneak it in top right. But he stands tall when he gets on his back leg.
Absolutely. I think that you're going to have to be looking for backdoor type passes, get him moving across the net and look for the open net.
That's the one thing about him. He doesn't look too quick when he's sliding over, at least. That's kind of what I've noticed here, Steve. Now drop back, Ouellette. Ouellette shot that one. Won't go. It's picked back up by Team Atlantic. Now along the boards, it's taken away by Team Quebec. Will it get out? Yes, it will. Ouellette will send that one off his boards right in front of his bench. Now Ouellette will pick it back up. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Pass up the wing. Now a chance for Team Atlantic. Here's Munden. Munden has Roberts with him, but nothing really ends up working. But Munden will get it back. Munden has Ouellette with him. Will they give it to him? No, Munden's going to take the shot himself with Bootlier crashing the net.
Yeah, I think that was the choice to make. He had two options on the passes there, but Bootlier was coming right into that net, and so he went for that low shot to see if he could get a rebound. Little tussle after the play there.
No harm, no foul.
Just sorting things out.
11:28 to play here in the second period. 7-5 the shots for Team Quebec. So two shots on that power play, sorry, Steve. Do you think that's enough?
No, I think they should have been doing a little bit better with some outside shots. They were really trying to get something in close to the net, but they should have probably put a few more things on net.
Or at least get some traffic moving in front of the net to distract the goaltender a little bit.
Yeah, agreed.
Here's a chance from Auclair. Now the other way, in on goal. Shot there! What a save!
I don't know. I'd like to see a replay on that one if we have one, because that was a post, I think.
It might have.
I think it was open. Here we go. Let's have a look. I think if that had just not hit the post, it would have probably gone in. Great breakaway. Yeah, that was post. That was open. Saved by the red medal.
When in doubt, you can beat the goaltender, but you can't beat the post.
That's right.
So now 11:15 to go here in the second period. 7-5, still the shots for Quebec. And down around the boards, it'll be picked up by Meller. Now here's Sevigny for the point down low now for Quebec. Send it out in front, shot there, stopped by the goaltender, still loose. Referee trying to get the angle on it, and it's cleared away to the corner. This time it'll be picked up by Quebec once again. Decides to drop it off for Daigle. Williamson did a good job there defending it, but just couldn't quite get a whole stick on it. Tries to flip it out. Finally cleared away, and definitely won't be icing. Ouellette will apply some pressure now for Team Atlantic. Over to Eau Claire now for Quebec. Applying the pressure now. Great job by Ouellette applying pressure. Now it's picked off by Williamson. Williamson now over to Roberts. Please, Roberts. Just can't pull the trigger on it. Cleared away to the low point area. Now to the full point area. Now Denoyer sends it up. An offside called on the play.
Yeah, definitely offside on that one. A great forecheck there by Team Atlantic. They just could not pull the trigger on it, but that's promising.
10:01 now to play here in the second period. 7-5 still the shots for Quebec.
Pretty even back and forth with the offensive plays in each zone. Each team still trying to find the hole in the defense of the other.
It looks like there's a neck guard down there.
Clearing the debris off the ice. We'll get going here in a second.
Linesman gets set to drop the puck. We're off now. That one will get sent down. Now here's Munden. Almost a great scoring opportunity that time for Team Atlantic. Just didn't work out. Now here comes Quebec the other way. A long stretch feed up to Gregoire. Gregoire in on goal. Nice save by the goaltender, Cashin. Now Gallant with it. It's knocked off the puck. Here's Gregoire. Gregoire drops it back now. Sent over. What a shot and what a goal.
Yeah, turnover there in the neutral zone. Set that play up for a great opportunity.
And just look at this pass. This was a beautiful pass on this one. Good pass down the middle. Now creating the angle over.
Yeah, back and forth. So hard to defend when the players are behind you, especially when you're in a sled. You can't skate backwards in a sled, so you're trying to look behind you, and if they can use you as a blockade, then it just goes your way.
Terry Gregoire, Montreal, Quebec native, finds the back of the net. Top left on the one-timer. Referee getting set to drop the puck. So Quebec strikes first blood in this one. Now here's Gregoire once again, making a move down the slot. Here's Gregoire again, gets it over. Here's another chance, almost back-to-back goals.
Yeah, another really good opportunity there. It seems when Atlantic doesn't quite get the chance to set up their box defense, they leave some holes there, and Quebec's really capitalizing on that right now.
Now puck dropped by the linesman. That'll go over. Sent over now, it's picked off. Nearly picked off, sorry. Denoyer still with it. Lohr almost had it, but that one, the pass will take a weird bounce and hop out to the neutral zone. Now here's Quebec in the neutral zone. Eau Claire sends it over. Now Baggs will pick up the loose puck and send that one down. That'll be played by Savigny. Goaltender will play the puck. Decides to cover it, actually. Great job that time on the forecheck by Frittenberg from Timberley, Nova Scotia. Applying some pressure there and forcing the goaltender to cover out the puck.
Absolutely. You never know when that puck's going to bounce oddly and give you a great opportunity. Down in Quebec's end. Let's see if Atlantic can get a play together here.
Puck is dropped now. Now that one, great chance. It's punched away by Gravel. Here's Munden with it now. Shot. That one's broken up through traffic. Sent over. Now through the neutral zone. Loose puck race. Now here's Ouellette. Pass up through. Long feed might work out. Ended up just missing his man. Now Ouellette dishes it off for Munden in front of the Quebec bench. Can't hang on to that one. Here's Munden with it. Now here's Munden once again. And that one will get broken up. Quebec would now with it in their own end, sorry. Pass up the left side. Now here's Munden with it. Munden now shot that one, covered up by the goaltender. Just had to cover up for the whistle. 7:05 to go here in the second period. 9-6 the shots for Quebec, and they lead at 1-0.
Probably a good choice to cover that one up. That play was getting a little intensity for Atlantic. They were doing a great job of picking the pockets of the Quebec players as soon as they got possession of it. Keeping it in their zone and putting pressure on. So now they get a face-off right by the net. .705 remaining.
Puck is dropped. Eau Claire picks it up. Here for Team Quebec, and a good feed this time on the breakout. Now trying to get it over. Delayed offside on the play. Now here's Bags. Now sent over for our side. That one will go a little wide. That one will just get fired in by Gregoire. Around the net now. Now centered out in front. That one clears out. Hinterhand now down low on the doorstep, and they score!
That was a great heads-up play. Two Quebec players right down low, right at those side pockets. Defenders got caught trying to catch the puck up high when the pass went up.
And it looked
great
like
pass up to the point.
looks like that might be Gregoire's second, or was that on the other side for Eau Claire?
I didn't quite catch who actually put it in. And it is going to Gregoire.
So Gregoire, the second goal scorer as well, so that's 2 on the game for him. Here comes Desnoyers the other way. Patrick Desnoyers with a shot that time, stopped by the goaltender. Now down low for Eau Claire. Eau Claire now in front for Gregoire. Gregoire! What a chance that time. Now through traffic. Loose in front. Reaches the goaltender and
finally whistled down.
They'll get the whistle with 5:45 to go here in the second period. 2-0 the score for Quebec. 10-7 the shots for Quebec.
Quebec are finding their passes down low, and that's the difference right now. They're getting those passes right through the defense. Obvious that this team practices lots, know each other very well, and know where their players are going to be. Giving them those great opportunities, and it shows on the scoreboard. 2-0.
Now puck is dropped. Now here come Team Atlantic the other way. Here's a chance for the hometown kid. And on goal, what a save. Great chance, great shot, great everything. Even better save on the other end. Now down low. Now that one's stopped by the goaltender. Dag will send that one around to Mezoudi. Now loose in front. That time a shot. That one will go wide.
Just under 5 minutes remaining.
Now that one being broken up. Here's Team Atlantic coming the other way. Oh, it was deflected though, so icing is waved off. Now along the boards. That will be turned the other way into the corner. Now that one just narrowly avoids the goaltender. Here's Quebec with it. That one will go along the boards. Out of the right side. Here comes Team Quebec and Sevigny. Now that one will get broken up. Now Quebec with it down low. Now cleared out in the high point area, shot, or a high slot area, sorry, and the shot got redirected. Now Bootlier with it. That one gets broken up. Now down low. Get freed up along the boards. Now down low, that one will get covered up by the goaltender, Ryan Cash. And
A couple missed opportunities there from Atlantic. They were really playing the D tight. I think they're a little bit on their heels right now. There was an opportunity there when they took possession in their zone to get a breakout pass, and we saw that with the last couple of opportunities of Boutilier, who had those breakaways. And I think that's going to be another aspect of this game that they're going to really have to focus on if they want to get a couple of goals on the board.
100%, and that one will be fired back in by Quebec. A deflection in front, still loose and finally covered up.
Brings it to 11-8 on the shots in favor of Quebec. Just over 3 minutes remaining.
Linesman drops a puck. We're off once again. Tied up off the draw, trying to get it over. Denvoyer sends it over far side. That one just goes a little high. Now that one will go high and wide of the net. Picked up by Denvoyer, the captain along the boards for Quebec. Sent over to Hanrahan, but won't work for him. And now a loose puck race. Tangled up that time. Here comes Quebec the other way up the left side. Diving effort that time over to Williamson. Williamson now gets it over. Now here comes Baggs. Baggs can't hang on to it. Here's Gregoire. Gregoire send that one over to the left side for Auclair. Here's Auclair. And over the blue line. Sent over once again. Drop back. Auclair takes a hit from Williamson. Now drop back. Here comes Team Atlantic the other way. Now just poked away out from the neutral zone. Pass up the gut will be picked up by Baggs. Baggs now in his own end, has Poirier behind him. Baggs bank feet up the left side. Now Munden with it now, fires that shot on. It's punched away by the goaltender. Now that one will get sent around the boards. Here's Bootlier with it. Now here's Quebec with it. That one will go high off the glass and get out to the neutral zone. Loose puck race now. Here's Quebec. Mezoudi with the puck. In on goal that time. A shot stopped by the goaltender. Nobody really knew where that puck went.
Yeah, straight into the glove. Just disappeared into that big mitt. I think the big difference so far is that the goals from Quebec, they've had lots of players in front of the net. Opportunities from Atlantic, it's been basically the one-on-one solo efforts. And goalies standing up big in that net, covering all angles.
So puck finally dropped once again. picked up in the neutral zone once again. Drop back for Eau Claire. That one nearly picked off by Team Atlantic. That one will go down for an icing on the play.
Just over a minute left in this period. Opportunity here for Atlanta to get something going.
So you take a look at our own at-home schedule there. Next game we'll see British Columbia take on Alberta at 2 p.m. Alberta, 1 win on the day. British Columbia will come in, haven't played a game yet. So now the puck is dropped. Once again. Now here's Quebec with it, sent over to the far side. That one goes wide to Mesudi. Ouellette with it now. Tangled up. Now it'll get sent down. Icing waved off on the play. Now Gregoire sent over to Mesudi, sorry. Who will drop it back. Here's Quebec now, winding up with a shot. Beautiful play.
Amazing one-timer. And yet again, having those players right in front of the net made all the difference.
That's going to be Jordan Gregoire once again. Sorry, Terry Gregoire once again.
That puck just moved too quick for a replay on that one. That one-timer right in front of the net.
Did not mean to be saying Jordan Gregoire. It is Terry Gregoire on Team Quebec. And a natural hat trick. This puck is dropped. Off the draw, here's Williamson. Williamson now a chance. Williamson now, that one, beautiful save that time by Gravel. Now trying to force something once again. And that's going to do it. So after the second period of play, 3-0 your score for Quebec. 12-9 the shots in favor of Quebec. We'll head into the intermission. 3-0 once again for Quebec. What do you think needs to happen for Team Atlantic, Steve?
Yeah, they seem to start to run out of gas on that one. They came out flying, which I anticipated, but they were just losing the momentum in the end of that period. And I think they're going to really have to find that that second win for this last period if they're going to make something happen. And they got to get some people in the net. Crashing the net is going to be important. Those one-on-one efforts with Gravel and net, they're just stopping them all. It's not going to work. They got to get some people in front, get those plays running, some long shots, and that create that traffic. Get some, find that back of the net.
For sure. So we'll head to the intermission. We'll take a break. My name's Easton. I'm joined with Steve. We'll be right back here for the third period of play.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Our mission at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada is to really make the lives of patients and families the best that it can be and really lift up patients who need our services to fulfill the most optimal version of themselves.
We take care of all orthopedic problems in pediatrics, but we super specialize in really rare conditions and complex conditions that involve orthopedics and other specialties.
A lot of the patients that will come to the motion lab are surgical candidates. So the surgeon may be able to do a great plan with just medical imaging, with the clinical history of the patient and some observation, whereas the motion lab will bring real numbers that we can measure that the eye cannot catch necessarily. And so it allows us to be more precise in the diagnostic of the patient, and then it allows us to better plan the treatment.
Rehabilitation is not easy. It's a tough part. So when we do rehabilitation, we did the surgery. Now we have the tough part, moving with difficulties. And it's saying, okay, now you're gonna have to do something that you might not wanna do. So how do we make that enticing for a patient to do this? And when I see parents writing back and saying, going to physio is the best part of my day, I said, oh, we're doing definitely something right.
Without Shriners, I know my leg wouldn't be straight. And Shriners, it's really special because there's only 2 doctors that can do this type of operation. So I know I couldn't just go to another hospital. It was here or I wouldn't do it. So everything is super for me and the future looks bright ahead.
Shriners is incredibly unique because we take the time for our patients. We take the time to listen, to understand what their needs are. Our team in social services, we try and make it as simple as we can for our families. Families coming from out of province, having a greeter meet them at the airport, drive them to the hotel. We make sure that our families are comfortable in what they do and in their decision of coming to our hospital, knowing that our people are the best that you can have right now.
Yeah, this place is definitely like a family because they treat you very nicely here. They treat you like you're one of them. When you come in for like an x-ray, like, hey there, Michael, you know, how are you? Yeah, everyone that works here definitely has positive attitude, always smiles on your faces. I know a lot of people here. I love them like a family.
You know, when you're a parent that has a child that's disabled, either wheelchair or has some disability, it's tough on the parents. And you know, when they come to the Shriners and they see other parents that have the same kind of child as they do, it's almost comforting in a way, you know, and they can exchange ideas. I can't tell you how many patients became friends from different backgrounds, completely. You know, French or English, it doesn't matter, because they have the same kind of disability, you know, they become friends because they see each other in the clinic together, and sometimes we make sure to invite them at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, we make that effort, you know, so that these conditions, that these kids, you know, feel good, and the parents feel great about that. And I think that that's something that we pride ourselves in.
During the treatment, when it's really hard on him because he goes through a lot of emotions, anxiety, we always have one nurse that comes to distract him, to play games with him. They bring their virtual goggles so that he doesn't think of the pain that he's going to go through. All these little details make the Shriners so special.
We cover a wide range from the molecular to the bedside of the patient. And that was the vision from the get-go. And I think the best example that this vision works is that this facility has developed a standard of care for 3 pediatric metabolic bone diseases. So those now are the treatments that are used throughout the world that were developed here at Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada. And I think it is unique because it has a very high-performing research center, which not all hospitals have.
We are becoming experts, and in certain cases we are identified as the leaders in North America in rare and complex bone-related disease. For certain, we have the biggest group of patients for osteogenesis imperfecta in North America. But that being said, we want to be identified as a leader in pediatric orthopedics so that when your kid has a rare disease or complex, it's obvious that you're going to come at Shriners. And we want to be the place in Canada. That's part of our vision.
Shriners is special because they have like the family kind of vibe. Here you're really going to have care, you're going to be informed, you're going to have support. That is really important. They are human here, not just nurses, not just physicians, not just doctors. They are human. They have human values, and this is what makes them different than others. The Shriners are really the one that has my heart.
What we offer children and families goes beyond clinical care. I'm just really grateful to work here because people from every department, everyone really has this passion of giving back, whether it's people who work in maintenance, in the kitchen, in audiovisual services, in research, in clinical, at the reception. Every person has a role and makes a difference. And when you see this teamwork and everyone coming together with their energies, everyone wants to make a difference in the child's life. And it's really obvious from this kindness and this motivation to do better. To me, this is what really makes the Shriners special.
Casual with it. Man on! I have no idea. Oh.
sir.
And we're back for the third period. I'm joined now by Logan, who will be calling the play-by-play. Easton stepped away. We're looking at a 3-0 lead by Quebec. Going into this period, I expect a lot from Team Atlantic. We'll see if they have any gas left in the tank. I think they're going to have to really step up the intensity here. And back to the action.
Atlantic has the puck. Team Quebec intercepts the puck.
Good poke check there by Team Quebec. Good battle in the neutral zone going on.
Team Quebec takes the puck back. Going down the line. Oh, big check there. Team Atlantic has the puck. Going down the... Team Quebec intercepts the puck.
Kept in the zone there. Let's see if Quebec can get something going down here. Intercept once again.
Team Atlantic. There's a hit there by Quebec. Team Atlantic has the puck. Oh, big hit there.
Big opportunity 3-on-1 for Quebec here.
Team Quebec. And the goalie stops it from Team Atlantic.
Good job by Cashin keeping his eye on that one as it slid past on the side.
Team Quebec gets the puck. There's a little bit of a tussle there. Blocked by Team Atlantic.
And it's going to be ice and come all the way back down. There's a good battle in front of the net and landing net. Defense collapsed in. Quebec showed great patience there, keeping their defenders wide. If they had won that puck back, it could have been a great opportunity for them. Let's see what they can do with this offensive opportunity.
Immediate wrestling match there, and the Team Atlantic gets the puck. She sends it back to the Quebec side, but Team Quebec seems to have the puck now.
Just offside. It's a good pass in by Sevigny. Just called offside. Both teams will get the opportunity to change lines. Get some fresh players out there. Atlantic's really going to have to pick up this intensity if they want to close this gap for the 3-0 lead from Quebec. Goals or shots on net, is 13-9 in favor of Quebec. 11:43 to play. Atlantic's really got to get something going here.
Good interception from Atlantic coming down the ice. And a shoot. And it gets blocked by the Quebec goalie.
Great opportunity there. That was a really good play with Munden and Briggs. Munden drew the 2 defensemen, leaving Briggs open for that opportunity. Just could not get it over the goalie. Goalie came out of the net quite a ways, which just shut that right down. If he could have just lifted that puck high, he might have been able to, but just could not get enough on it.
In the corner now. Atlantic sends it back.
Back into the Quebec zone.
High puck there. And a shot from Quebec. That did not go in from Quebec.
Great save by Cashin on that one. Really good opportunity for Dago. Just could not connect. Making it 14-10 on the shots. Another one right in front of Cashin, right through the crease. Quebec really looking for that 4th goal.
Another shot from Quebec. Team Atlantic is coming down the ice towards Quebec's side. Ooh, big hit there.
Called on the offside. Beggs just couldn't clear that zone quick enough. It's back and forth between Munden and Beggs and just could not clear that zone in time for Munden to go in. Offside is the call. I want to see a lot more urgency from Team Atlantic with only 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this 3rd period. 3-0 lead for Quebec.
Puck goes Quebec side. Quebec has the puck. Atlantic has the puck. Go. Big hit.
Keeps it in the zone. Oh. Unfortunate whistle timing on that one.
Oh, there's
Atlantic would have
talking
had
in the middle.
A little discussion going on between the players. I'm sure they'll sort that out in a friendly manner. See a lot of great sportsmanship amongst these teams. Not sure exactly what the call is at this time or if there's a penalty coming. Yep, there is a penalty coming. That'll be 2 minutes on Meller. And Quebec goes to the power play.
Atlantic tries to intercept the Quebec shot.
And the penalty on Malor was a T penalty.
Puck's coming down the ice.
Atlantic clears the zone again, doing a great job on this penalty kill thus far. They're going to get an opportunity to change at least one player anyway.
Quebec is coming down the Atlantic side. Quebec shoots and scores.
Yeah, just got past. First I thought he had it in his glove, but no, it is a goal. Just got back past Cashin on that high glove side.
I thought he had it in his glove too.
Here's a replay. We'll have a quick look at that. Came out. It's a good pass there. Nice pause, good delay, and just hits top shelf. What a great shot. Little bit of a screen, but not much. Just good power play, go-ahead goal for them. 4-0 at 7:42 left in the third. Shots are at 15-10 in favor of Quebec.
Big hit there. A little bit of wrestling in the corner there. Kind of hard to see what's going on.
And that previous goal was scored by number 5 Daigle for Quebec.
Coming down Quebec side. Oh, big hit. Coming down to the Atlantic side now.
Good control by Munden there. Oh, just broken up. Villeneuve got a stick on that. Opportunity here.
Quebec is making a shot. Got intercepted.
Great move by Cashin to just get that stick poke check in there. Followed it across the net. And it comes out of the zone. That's going to be an offside. Some fresh players on for Atlantic and Quebec Stain, so let's see if Atlantic can get some pressure here, get something going in the offensive area. They've been doing a decent job in the defense, but they're going to have to start taking some more risks and really pushing that offense. See if they can't get something on the scoreboard.
Quebec has the puck.
A little dangerous play with Gashin there, spinning in his net. Atlantic clears the zone. Not much of a forecheck on that one.
Atlantic has the puck now.
They battle for it in the corner. Atlantic comes up with it. Dangerous but effective pass into the middle, and just thrown away. Great pass in front, great opportunity. Just could not connect.
Quebec shoots.
Good block shot. Atlantic dumping the puck down again, looking for a change. Daigle coming in again. Great shot off the post, or off the crossbar. What a great shot.
Quebec has the puck.
3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play.
Quebec shoots and gets blocked.
Big save. Well done. Cashin coming up big on those last two there. Brings the shots up to 16 or 17. I think we're sitting at 16. 16 to 10. We're at 4-0 for Quebec. 3:35 remaining to play in the third. Atlantic just seems to be sitting back, not really looking for much offensive right now. They seem to be resolved to their current score and just trying to hold it there. Clear in the zone, but they just look gassed. They just don't look like they have anything left in the tank to chase it down the ice and get those opportunities.
Quebec is the puck. Daigle shoots
shot again.
right off the post.
And another post. See if Daigle can hit the other post this time.
Daigle's in it again.
All right, opportunity here for Atlantic. They got 3 players. Let's see if they can get that go-ahead pass. Oh, that is such a tough thing to catch. Those passes coming from behind you when you're in a sled is really tough.
Shot from Bootlear. And off the glove.
Just couldn't get enough on that shot. Keeping it in the zone, though. Atlantic's doing well there. Let's see if they can get something going. And now it's cleared out. As has been the case for the whole game, some great passing from Quebec.
But it was blocked by Team Atlantic.
Fairly straightforward glove save there for Cashin. Just floating puck across the ice.
Just under 2 minutes left in the period.
That's been the story of the whole game. Just that passing down low in the offensive zone for Quebec is just capitalized. Lost puck down in the corner.
Puck is going up the ice.
Clear to the zone. They'll have to reset. Good forward checking by Wiet. That was close to an offside. No call on that one. And it results in a goal.
Score by Quebec.
That was a questionable one. That offside, I don't know. That was pretty darn close. So the interesting thing with sledge hockey is the offside is the blade of the sled. Let's see what we get here. Puck's down the ice. Oh, I don't know. That is too close to call even on the replay. I don't think we have super slow-mo on this one, so we're not going to be able to tell that, but that is darn close. We'll leave it to the linesman's expertise, and he called it good, so it is good. Putting it at 5-0. Quebec putting one more on the board with 1:17 to play.
Atlantic is moving into Quebec zone.
And the goal for Quebec is credited to Patrick Desmarais, number 17. And another opportunity here. Daigle moving in. Well done, Gashin. Comes out of the net to make that stop. You know, I hate to say it, but Daigle didn't have a lot of effort on that one. He was definitely looking for the back of the net, but didn't see the intensity that I've seen previously from his shots. With a 5-0 lead, they're playing very sportsmanlike. 20 seconds remaining. I think Quebec's happy just to hold on to this, maybe take one more shot. No, they're just going to hold on to this puck and let the time run out. And that'll do it for our third game of the 2025 Para Hockey Tournament. Joined by Logan here for the final period of this game. How do you think about that third period there, Logan?
Well, this is the first period I've actually done commentating, and I think it was interesting. How many goals did Quebec get that round?
They were at, I think it was 2-3 go-ahead goals in the third. Yep, so we had a hat trick by Gregoire, and we had one by Desmarais and one by Daigle. And for this game, closing out this third game, Team Atlantic just ran out of gas at the end. So thank you, everybody, for joining us on that third game. The next game to go is at 2 o'clock. No, sorry, this is the 4 o'clock game. 4 o'clock game, Ontario versus Saskatchewan, coming up at 4 o'clock. And we will see you then. Thanks for joining.